Welcome to Talking with God Anywhere. You can do it too. Today I'm reading from Psalm 1, focusing on the enemy's delight. Whose delight are you receiving? Do you delight in verse 1, where it says, Blessed, fortunate, prosperous, and favored by God is the man who does not walk in the counsel of the wicked, following their advice and example, nor stand in the path of sinners, nor sit down to rest in the seat of scoffers, ridiculous. Or do you delight in verse 2, which says, But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and on his law, his precepts and teachings, he habitually meditates day and night. So, why is it important to distinguish between the two? Because both verses 1 and 2 are linked to delight. They are both enjoyable activities. For verse 2 starts with, But his delight is in the law of the Lord, meaning that there's a delight in carrying out the activities of verse 1, but his delight is in the law of the Lord. But the activities of verse 1 and verse 2 have very different outcomes. Because if you read in verse 6, it goes on to show what those outcomes are. It says, For the Lord knows and fully approves the way of the righteous, but the way of the wicked shall perish. Therefore, beware of the enemy's delights, for it leads to destruction, but God knows the way of the righteous. In verse 6, it says, For the Lord knows and fully approves the way of the righteous. So, whose delight are you receiving?